Lotus, and Ordinary, Mazda, and Ford. They also stock service parts such as diesel filters, air-con filters, diesel pumps, steering pumps, turbochargers, engine overhaul gaskets, suspension parts, and body parts. If they don't have parts you're looking for, they can order within 5 to 10 working days. To top it up, Shuma Auto Parts also supply Maxxis tires and CST tires.
Really? But where are they found?
They are found on Chandram Sonda Road, Cruiser Auto Workshop in Lusaka. Call on 0979 192057 and 0960-47235. Email shumaautoparts@gmail.com. Shuma Auto Parts for all your genuine vehicle parts.
The happy world of 5FM Radio, your adult contemporary radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM main news. The headlines. In taxes. DMMU receives 600 food hampers from Turkey. Malawi Vice President confirmed a dead in a plane crash in the forest. This news bulletin is also streaming live on the 5FM Facebook page and YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, Ebet Mutabi. The rejuvenated Mopani Copper Mines has paid 341 million kwacha in taxes since its takeover by Internal Resources Holdings, IRH, in March 2024. This came to light when IRH Chief Financial Officer Abinei Koala paid a Kete score on finance and National Planning Minister Stumbeko Musokotwani in Lusaka today. Mr. Koala was accompanied to the ministry by IRH Finance Director Frijo Francis and Mopani Copper Mines Tax Manager Chikusi Banda. And Dr. Musokotwani says that the people of Zambia have high expectations in the investment that IRH has made in Mopani. The minister took the opportunity to affirm the government's business facilitation policy stance aimed at growing the economy in a sustainable and competitive manner. Dr. Musokoti is in mineral exploration, mine development, and value addition. International Resources Holding, based in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, has a 51% stake in Mopani Copper Mines. The Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, has received a generous donation of 600 food hampers from the department in charge of disaster and humanitarian affairs from the government of the Republic of Turkey. This is in response for the need to address the devastating impact of the El Nino weather phenomenon on vulnerable farming communities during the 2023-2024 rainfall season. Speaking during the handover ceremony, DMMU National Gabriel Pollen says with 9.8 million people affected by the drought, of which 6.6 million need immediate humanitarian interventions, the scale and magnitude of the impact is immense. Dr. Pollen says to effectively address the needs of the affected vulnerable communities, resources, both in kind and monetary, are urgently required to respond to the effects of the drought. He says emphasis is being placed on the provision of food assistance to the communities and households in need, which is currently being implemented by project implementing partners engaged by DMMU. Dr. Paulen says it is conventional wisdom that government alone cannot effectively deal with natural calamities, hence the need for partnerships with donors and the private sector and other well-wishers.
Turkish government coming on board with a donation of goods worth $25,000. And we know that a few months ago we were already here receiving a similar quantity of goods. So a commitment and consideration by the Turkish government is most appreciated. Right now the government is undertaking the largest humanitarian assistance ever been done in this country, where we are targeting 6.6 million people to receive food assistance. Already over 44,000 metric tons of relief maize has gone to all the 8 grants.
President Hakainde Hichilema has bid farewell to Nicholas Wooley, the outgoing High Commissioner of the United Kingdom to Zambia, who did his tour of duty today. The head of state notes that over the years, Zambia and the United Kingdom has deepened its government-to-government and people-to-people relationships based on common values such as democracy, the rule of law, liberty, and the fight against corruption. President Hichilema says High Commissioner Nicholas Wooley has overseen Zambia's most challenging times, including the COVID-19 pandemic, the debt restructuring negotiations, and the El Nino-induced drought that has come to the Commissioner and the people of the United Kingdom for their pivotal role during these challenges.
Your coming here has done a lot to deepen, to enhance our bilateral relationship between the British people and the Zambian people. Many people want to talk about independence, 1964, but really, for the British, the relationship goes way back before independence. And we have built a heritage, the British and Zambian people, bilateral relationship, official programs, business to business, business to government, people to people over many years. And for you to have come through at the time when Zambia needed a person like you to further this relationship.
The Zambia Development Agency, ZDA, has said it managed to link 283 exporters from various economic sectors in 2023. Speaking at the 2023 Export Survey report held at Mulungushi International Conference Center today, ZDA chairperson Biemba Maliti said over $19 million was generated from the linkages. He adds that $3.7 million worth of goods were ordered and recorded mainly from agricultural, chemical, and manufacturing processes. Mr. Maliti applauded the government for creating a conducive environment for trade.
It's worth noting that in 2023, the agency linked 283 exporters from various sectors of our economy. From these linkages, $98.3 million worth of export leads and $3.7 million as confirmed orders were recorded mainly from the following: agro-processing, chemicals, and manufacturing sectors.
Speaking at the same event, Commerce, Trade and Industry Minister Chipoka Mulinga reiterated government's dedication to facilitating trade. In a speech read on his behalf by Permanent Secretary under the ministry, Lilian Bwalia, the minister said government is elated that its efforts are yielding results.
I'm happy to note that efforts by government are yielding dividends, as evidenced by the increase in 2022 to 4.3 billion in 2023. This represents an increase of 20.2%. The share of NTs.
In other news trending this evening, Political activists and former Zambia Union of Financial Institutions and Allied Workers Zufiao President Akim Mwemba has commended the government for providing incentives to the cotton sector. Family Development FDI Choma District Coordinator Sheikh Maida is concerned over the significant number of early and unintended pregnancies among pupils. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
In business news, the Economics Association of Zambia, EAZ, has noted with concern the country is managing a significant challenge in the first half of 2024, with inflation rising steadily, reaching a high of 14.7%. The Zambia Statistics Agency attributed the rise in inflation to the adverse effects of the drought, which has resulted into low productivity, energy shortages, and increased food. Economic Affairs EAZ President Oswald Mungule has since called on the government to consider targeting a real output gap, inflation, and exchange rate using available measures by putting the largest weight on real output volatility, followed by the exchange rate volatility. He says that the Ministry of Finance and National Planning must reducing the supply management policies, which seem to be the country's economic problem. Dr. Mungule says a mixture of the two, but with weight on supply management policies.
Government finance management and reducing wasteful spending by amending public finance with deficit reduction. On the social investment front, we recommend that government should ensure that social spending is effective and reaches those in need.
Ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. Business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
In foreign news, the wreckage of a plane carrying Malawi's Vice President survivors, President Lazarus Chakwera, has said Saulos Chilima and 9 others were flying within the country on Monday morning when their aircraft disappeared from airport radars. The plane, a military aircraft, was flying in bad weather. Soldiers had been searching Chikagawa forest overnight and into the morning in an effort to find the plane. Here's a roundup from the BBC for other world news stories.
The death of his vice president, Saulos Chilima, in a plane crash as a terrible tragedy. Lazarus Chakwera said search teams had found the wreckage of the military aircraft on a hillside in the north of the country. Mr. Chilima's party has called for a thorough investigation. The Secretary-General, Patricia Cagliati, claimed that they'd been unable to track the aircraft from the moment it took off. This far-right Rassemblement National, which won the European elections on Sunday, with widespread opposition. The UN says the Israeli military's killing of scores of civilians during its rescue of 4 hostages in Gaza on Saturday could amount to war crimes.
In sports news, Arsenal women defender Laura Winreuther has signed a new contract with the club. The 25-year-old Austria international has made 47 appearances for the Gunners since joining from Hoffenheim in January 2022. In May 2023, she sustained an anterior cruciate ligament injury in the Women's Champions League, a semi-final defeat by Wolfsburg. She was out of action for 11 months and made her comeback in the 5-0 Women's Super League victory over Bristol City. Up next is the weather report.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Luapula, northern, Muchinga and eastern provinces, a few clouds, windy and cool. Northwestern, western, southern, Lusaka, central and Copperbelt provinces mainly have clear skies, windy and cool. Ends the evening weather report.
Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
That item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, a recap of the top. Moves 341 million kwacha in taxes. DMMU receives 600 food hampers from Turkey. Malawi Vice President confirmed that dead in plane crash in the forest. For more news, follow us on Facebook at 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the Happy World of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio.